Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today for this second live episode of a three-part webinar series all about virtual exhibitions and virtual showrooms. My name is Stefan, and I'm here today with my colleague Andrea, as usual, who you can speak with via the chat on the right-hand side of your screen. I want to apologize in advance. Last week we had a little bit of an issue with the video and the audio was sometimes a bit tricky. We've been trying to fix that. It might have improved just a little bit, but if there's still issues, please let Andrea know if you can hear me okay, if you can see me. I see already that Michael was mentioning there's a lag with the video. So yeah, I apologize for that. I hope that by next week we will be back to normal. For the ones that have been with us for many times, you know that this is only been something for the last 2 weeks. Although the iStaging talks and webinars we've done before that were all awake. So maybe if the video is bad for everyone, I might turn off my video throughout the webinar and just share my screen because I have some stuff to show. The audio should be okay. If the audio is okay, I can turn off my video, and then when we get to the end of today's talk, I can turn it back on. And for the Q&A, the questions and answers. So I see that you can hear me okay, so that's good. I will also try to speak a little bit slower than usual, just to help you guys out. And again, I apologize for the lag in the video. I genuinely hope that we will be back to normal very, very soon. So today, in this second live episode, we're going to be talking about how to engage visitors in your virtual exhibition. So last week, we talked about how to build it, what you need, how do you get the content, how do you build your exhibition or your showroom. Then today, it's all about how to engage visitors, whether you're showcasing just a showroom or if you're actually part of an actual or building, organizing an actual entire virtual exhibition. How do I keep people engaged with all kinds of things? And we're going to be talking about that today. Next week, in the final episode of this webinar series, we will be talking about how to evaluate. So really interesting. Maybe we'll touch upon that later on as well. I want to say hi to everyone that's joining us via Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you have any questions, just type your questions there. And Andrea will make sure that they get to me and we'll be able to answer them. She can answer them directly on Facebook for you. Okay, so about the engagement. Once you actually build your virtual exhibition with our platform, it's so extremely versatile. There are all kinds of ways that you can engage visitors, and it's really, really important. The challenge is obviously that it's more difficult to meet people face to face, to somehow connect with people, to actually feel like we're part of an exhibition that thousands of people might be visiting at the same time, and that's a challenge that you've got online. And there are various ways to solve that, and I'm going to go into that in a little bit more detail today. And I'm just going to mention about 8 points and ideas and give you thoughts of what you could potentially do. The platform is so extremely versatile. There's so many possibilities that you might have all kinds of ideas of your own as well. Like the versatility of the platform actually enables the interactivity and the engagement of the platform. So I'm just going to share my screen immediately, and we'll dive right in. So give me a sec, guys. All right. So I'm just going to show you guys. I think you guys should see my screen at the moment. Just give it a second. Now, this is also the booth. This is a booth that I also showed last week. So just to see what kind of engagement you can create within this booth and what you can also do if you're doing an entire event. So the first thing, which is the most obvious question that we usually get, is there a possibility for visitors, if I'm actually visiting this booth like this, to chat with me as the exhibitor or reach out to me? Well, what we've done here is to actually embed a chat function. So you could have a help desk within every booth, or within, let's say, the main entrance hall, with even an image of an actual person of the organizer, as an organizer, or some text over there, or a chat function here. So as our software doesn't have a chat function directly within the platform, you can embed using the web tag. And the web tag is probably one of the most versatile types of tags within our platform. It's actually embed an existing chat that you might have. All you need to do is take the code of your existing chat that you're using for your company, create a new web page, embed the chat in there, and you can then immediately start chatting. And people can reach out to you, and you can have a conversation like this. So that would be a very simple first thing to do, which would be, I think, an important part of every, let's say, virtual showroom. Then, and in this particular booth, I actually haven't added myself or someone as a person. As an image, you can add as an audio tag, or as a sticker tag for those of you that are actually in the are using the platform and have all those functionalities. They'll know what I'm talking about. But you can do that just to start that engagement. Actually feel like, oh, I see someone that is actually there. Okay. Then number 2 would be here. You saw the text already. Click here to join us live. But hey guys, if I'm just looking at here to the right, I'm just checking with Andrea if there's any issues that you guys are encountering on the video. YouTube Live, so you're actually using the web tag again, you can embed a YouTube Live for booth demonstrations, product demonstrations, or just presentations, or a conference that you might want to do. And I think one of the keys, especially within a virtual exhibition, is to have things going on within the booth or within the entire exhibition throughout the entire day or days that the exhibition is hosted. To keep the engagement, you want to have people come back, even if you say, okay, it starts at 9 in the morning, I'm visiting for about an hour, I'm looking at the booths, and then at 10 o'clock there might be a conference, or there might be an in-booth demonstration that you might want to attend. And if you have this as an organizer planned throughout the day, then that's a wonderful way of getting people to come back into the exhibition, or at least have them stay within the exhibition, because there are so many things that they could possibly learn, and people that they can connect with live. So again, using the web tag, embedding a YouTube Live, and maybe even doing it throughout the day, right? Having it every hour, having something, or a short demonstration, or a product launch for that matter, something like that. Okay. Then number 3 is a combination. Oh, give me a sec, guys. Oh, I see that I will do. Give me a second. Yes, I see that Andrea texted or said that turn off my camera. So I'll turn off my camera for the remainder of the webinar. See if that's a little bit better, and then with Q&A session at the end, I'll turn it back on. All right, guys. I apologize for the inconvenience today. All right. So hopefully this is a little bit better. You guys can still hear me, I assume. Is that right? I'm just checking. Yeah. Okay, great. Awesome. Fantastic. So I'm just going to talk like this and turn the video back on at the end. All right. Thank you very much, guys. I apologize. I probably should have done that at the beginning, but okay. So then number 3 is for visitors to be able to make a booking or schedule a meeting. Now, the way to do that within a booth or within the exhibition is to click on the contact information, which can be different for each booth that you might have in your virtual exhibition. And you'll immediately see that next to the calendar, there's a reserve button. So people can actually schedule a calendar or a meeting with you. If you click on that, and the exhibitor within the VR editor, within the platform, will be able to indicate the available dates and times, and people can then choose what date and time they might want to schedule a meeting, and you'll be able to connect in any way that you might want. Now, in this calendar booking, automatically both parties will receive a confirmation, and the exhibitor can confirm the booking within the video editor within the platform. So both of you will receive a confirmation email, and within that confirmation email to the visitor, there will also be a touring link. And touring, for those of you, most of you probably know, but for those of you who don't know, is our virtual guided tour system. So automatically a touring link is created, and is sent with the email, with the confirmation email to the visitor, and that's then the way that you can possibly connect, where you can virtually guide, and by simply clicking on the link, you will see, you will connect within the virtual room, within the virtual experience, within the booth, and you'll see each other and you'll be able to communicate with each other. I won't show the video again. If you guys are interested and you haven't seen it before, please reach out to us, or you can go to our YouTube channel to check it out. So that's a really, really wonderful way. And so you don't have to actually schedule this. Once someone actually schedules a calendar a meeting with you, automatically the touring link is created and is automatically being sent to the visitor. Okay. Then the number 4 would be the influencer pilot, which is a pre-recorded virtual tour. And some of you might know that this is a way for you, or for an exhibitor, or for an organizer to pre-record a tour before the exhibition, and instead of people exploring themselves, they can basically just click a play button, and then they'll be able to just sit back and hear someone talk and guide them through the booth or throughout the virtual experience. I won't click on this now, but this is available on the website, and we'd be happy to share this link with you as well. And you can click on the pilot in the tab on the right side, and you can get started immediately. Okay, and touring calls, by the way, again, is for small-scale gatherings, so for up to 10 people. Now, if you want to have a larger scale gathering, and this is obviously really important in virtual exhibitions, a large part of that is conferences, presentations, guest speakers maybe, and we have our own conference system that you are able to use for up to 2,000 visitors and 16 presenters at the same time. However, you're also free to use any other conference software, such as Zoom, Click Meeting, WebEx, Microsoft Teams, and simply link to that, pre-schedule them, and link to those from within the virtual exhibition or within the booth, and you can then get started with those. So again, those conferences and having multiple scheduled throughout the day will keep people coming back, will keep people engaged, and it will make them feel obviously that there are many people actually visiting the exhibition, because you will not be able to physically see them unless you start either a touring call or are part of a conference. And a little bit about maybe discussion tables or networking. Also something really important in actual exhibitions. One of the main reasons why you go to a physical exhibition. Now, we are actually working on a networking solution, but what you can now do is also have sort of discussion tables, have a 3D render of discussion tables, and link to separate, let's say, Teams meetings, or separate Zoom meetings that people can just jump into and connect with each other and say hey, or specific topics or subjects about each one of those specific links, and say, hey, if you're interested in this, join this room, and you can start connecting with people there. A wonderful way to have sort of a networking space within your virtual exhibition, and simply use things like Zoom or Teams. It doesn't even have to be something really fancy or really expensive. Just use the tools that are at your disposal. But we are working on something that you will think about very, very soon. But again, discussion tables and having a panel, for example, that would be great for the conference as well. So having a panel to discuss certain things and have visitors listen to that. So again, there's so many things that you can do to get that interaction going, to get that engagement going. Then I have two more to mention. One is doing stuff like activities. Again, using the web tech, for example. The web tech is so versatile. You know, there's so much that you can do with it. To have either a quiz, you know, embed a quiz, or have people fill out a form for a giveaway. Say, hey, leave your contact information, and you'll have a giveaway, and come back at the end of the day and join the conference or join this meeting to actually hear who's the winner. Things like that, right? In the booth, in the exhibition, you can do wonderful things like that. And the last one that I want to mention is let's say email marketing, advertising, that type of stuff. Obviously, advertising to get, you know, to promote the event. But what you want to do is also remind people throughout the day, right, to schedule certain emails that go out as either an exhibitor or as the organizer of an event, so whether you just have a showroom or you do the entire event. You know, schedule emails for the before the event, basically, and also throughout the day, say, hey, you know, a countdown email, for example. Say, hey, we're you know, in an hour or in 10 minutes, there will be a demonstration in this particular booth, or there will be a conference starting. Please click on this link to join that demonstration or that presentation. Throughout the day, so even if people have left the conference, they will be sort of pushed, you know, to go back and revisit and join again for these types of things, and you know, link basically link to these types of conferences and talks. So I hope that gave you a bit of an idea. I see that I've already been talking almost for 15 minutes, or almost 20 minutes even. So let me just stop sharing my screen here for a sec. I'll go back here. All right. Okay, so I think you guys can see me again. So just a really quick recap. So you can have a help desk, a live chat. You can embed a YouTube live. You can have people book a calendar meeting with a touring link. That's a way to connect using the virtual guided tour system. The influencer pilots or pre-recorded tour, a conference for up to 2,000 people, or a link to any other conference. You work with any other conference software that you might have. You know, doing discussion panels, having discussion tables, networking tables, and link to different rooms, virtual rooms that you've set up. Doing activities, you know, giveaways, this type of stuff. And then ultimately doing the promotion for the entire event, and also throughout the day, you know, making sure that even if people are not actually in the exhibition at that time, that you promote it and get them back in there. So those are all kinds of ideas. But once you've actually, you know, once you're actually part of the platform and you've built, you know, you start building this, you'll get all kinds of ideas on how to make this interactive and how to make this engaging. There's even a feature, what some of our clients have done is to say, hey, I pre-record all of my presentations, all my guest speakers, and then I load them like exactly at the time that they're supposed to be scheduled, so that people can only watch that presentation at that specific time on that specific date, and then hide it again. There's a hide button to hide that video again after the presentation has ended. So people will have to go back for that at that specific date and time to follow the presentation. A wonderful way of, you know, getting that engagement going, and also make sure a little bit of quality assurance, right? Because if you can pre-record something in the beginning, that's you know, ensure that you can deliver a high quality presentation to all your visitors. All right, so let's see if there are some questions, guys. Feel free to ask any questions. Michelle, I noticed that when someone leaves a message, it doesn't show a name, usually labeled message coming from anonymous. Yes, Michelle, you're absolutely right. We are aware of this. At the moment, it doesn't show the name of the person. We are aware and we are working on it. We are working on something like that. So right now, as an alternative, what we would recommend is that at the top of the message board, basically say, hey guys, please type your name or end your message with your name, or start your message with your name and then your message, so that people actually know who left that particular message. That's what's been done in the past, and hopefully we will be able to update you in the near future to actually showcase the name. And Andrea made a good point. You can also hide the comment section if that is not that you want to showcase. Olga, thank you so much for joining us today. Can we find these webinars recorded somewhere? Yes, you can. They're all available on our YouTube channel, so you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. You'll be updated whenever there's a new upload or new video. But every week we upload these webinars, or whenever we do one. And we will upload this one sometime tomorrow, so within the next 24 hours, it'll be available. Michelle, you notice that there's a maximum of 20 tags. Is there a way to add more? Yes, there is a way to add more. You can purchase more tags. If you want more tags, please reach out to us and we can make that happen for you. But there are 20 tags included in the plan, in the subscription plans. But if you want more, we can help you with it. Yes. All right. Are there any other questions, guys? So I would actually, I would love to hear from you guys how you guys are using the platform, right? What are you using it for? How are you using the tags? And maybe we will do some sort of a giveaway very soon with the most creative way of using our tags within our platform. That'd be a cool thing to do. Mauricio, can you get statistics of the visits? Can you show reports? That's a wonderful question. Obviously, really important. As this is a webinar series of 3 webinars in 3 weeks. Next week we'll have the last one where we cover exactly this. So we'll talk about how to evaluate your event, what kind of analytics you will be able to get, and how detailed we can actually be. So that will be really interesting. I won't get into much detail right now. The answer is yes, you can get statistics, but I would highly recommend that you would join us next week, next Tuesday, for the next webinar, the final one, where we talk about this in detail, so we can show you exactly what we can provide and what we can offer. So I hope that somehow answers your question a little bit, and next week we'll be able to cover everything. And that's exactly what I wanted to just mention. Next week is, I think, the evaluation of an event, the statistics, the analytics are absolutely crucial, and it's what sets a virtual event or a virtual showroom apart from the physical one. Because in the physical one, it's just much more complicated to get that data that's or very detailed data. I think we've got a wonderful solution for this, and we will cover that next week. I see that Andrea has been very helpful in sending the registration link for next week. You'll also receive an email later on, and a couple more emails throughout the week to sign up. But if you haven't done so already, I would highly recommend that you join that one, because it's really, really going to be really, really valuable. And actually, remember, guys, that's not just for a virtual showroom or a virtual exhibition. It can actually go for any type of virtual experience that you might want to create, or you might want more information regarding who's actually visiting and what they've done in your experience. Okay. Well, if there are no more questions, then guys, feel free to reach out to us, throughout the week, during the week. If you have any further questions, if you want to set up a call, to learn a bit more, talk about your specific needs and detail, we are happy to do so. And I hope that you actually enjoyed today's webinar, that we've given you some ideas. A lot of these talks are also just to give you ideas, and hopefully, you're already with the platform, and then, it motivates you to actually go and try and see what is possible and how awesome you can create this. You know, it starts with a simple tag, and then ultimately, you know, at the end of the day, or maybe after a couple of weeks, you'll have a wonderful experience. When I say a couple of weeks, by the way, guys, I don't want you to misunderstand. It doesn't take that long to create it. You can technically do it in a day, but you know, sometimes you just wake up in the morning and you have a wonderful idea and you try it out. This is what happens with creativity. Okay, I see that you guys enjoyed today's talk. I'm so happy. You know, that means a lot to our team. I'm not here speaking. There's an entire team that works on these webinars with me to provide you with the most interesting content. So we definitely hope to see you at the next one and future webinars that for sure will be coming soon. So thank you so much. Do you feature contributors? Michelle, I'll answer this one really quickly. We can, yes. We have done so in the past sometimes. So if there's something really cool that you want to share, you can always reach out. We'll you know, share it with our marketing department, and then they'll reach out and talk to you and see what they potentially do with it. So we would love to see what you guys are creating, and feel free to send us your tours and say, hey, could you give me some tips? You know, how can I use the software better? Do you have an idea of what I can improve in my virtual experience? We would love to do that, but obviously, if you're not sharing your tours, then you know, we can't see them. So if you do, you say, hey, that would actually be interesting. Who knows? And we might have a brilliant idea to share with you. So, all right, guys, this is the real ending of today's talk. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week ahead, and we hope to see you next week. Cheers.